We are now in the position where basically everywhere, not even in Europe, but in the world, far-right parties are rising. Young people are part of that rise, so we want to explore why this development is happening.
So we had 5 groups in total, if I'm not mistaken, on that point, and Leopold and me were working in a group together. So we also had like the French perspective in our group, let's say. But the main focus was that the groups are made from 2 German students and 2 Polish students, so that we will have like a global picture on that, and to bring all this as a sort of puzzle and to bring it together from a different point of views on the topic.
My research group decided to concentrate on the anti-establishment factor, so how there is the anti-establishment sentiment both in Poland and Germany, and how it correlates with each other, what are the similarities, differences, what extent it might actually influence the young people's voting preferences.
My particular group was on the economic causes of the far-right rise. I think the most interesting part for me was the fact that in different countries the same economic issue can exist in a totally different context, and so the far-right parties are very skilled at adapting to what the particular circumstances in their countries are. How in Germany many young people experience housing through renting their homes, but in Poland many young people are not expected to just rent but also to be owners of their own homes, and that means that the issue of housing, for example, plays out completely differently in the political discussions in Poland and Germany. So it's those kinds of regional differences that we need to take into account in our research.
And what frightened me the most was that's how far-right parties are exploiting the vulnerability of a young generation of men, the post-Me Too movement, because they don't always know how to behave, and those far-right parties are providing a very simplistic and violent framework that's basically advocating for violence, domination, and I've seen that in my immediate circle of relations, that young men in adolescence that are constructing themselves politically, but also on an identity basis, are basically turning to violent and confrontal view of women.
I think, and that was also already a reason why I chose the seminars, because in debates about far-right parties I always feel very helpless to how I should respond to these people who are in favor and who also have their arguments of their choice of vote. So I think diving into the real insights and reasons, how changes in society and all the fears and threats we're exposed to nowadays in our generation, to analyze that helped to understand it better, and that was less frightening because it gave us solutions where we should change something, where we could maybe mobilize young people and tell them why the European Union is a great institution, why a unification in Europe is so important for us, and to live the spirit during the whole seminar with the not only German and Polish students, but also from a lot of other countries, from all across Europe, and French and our French perspective.
I think we stumbled upon many surprises during the research. The actual reality wasn't exactly what we expected, but that's also good. We actually had to reevaluate our ideas on that, and well, that's science, isn't it? Young people to represent more of this resentment towards the democracy itself. It's one of the things that seemed most logical in the beginning. Well, in fact, as we dived into data, it turned out that it wasn't actually true. Young people are very optimistic and very enthusiastic regarding the democracy itself. The whole matter is a little bit more complicated because they dislike the establishment, which is often connected to just the government, to the governing parties, but not necessarily the democratic system itself, the democratic institutions, and the idea of voting for your government, for your leaders.
I think it gives us hope also on studying the Polish case, show that nothing is lost forever. There was basically a conservative government, well, a far-right government to be more exact, during almost a decade, but now it's over. Big changes have to be made again, but it shows that it's possible. And I think that as long as we keep the dialogue vivid and that we cooperate one with another, we'll manage to find a solution. We just have to keep talking together.